All right, welcome back, ladies and gentlemen. Here we go. I don't know how much I'm going to take this on the Xbox 360 with the Xbox One version coming out next month. I'm probably going to just maybe stop the Xbox 360 season and then pick it up when the One version comes out. But anyways, I wanted to play the 360. I needed something to hold me over. So this time around, I picked MK Dons for this go ahead. And for any MK Dons supporters out there, the last FIFA 13 version I did Hartlepool, who then in turn became relegated in real life. So for your sake, I hope the same doesn't hold true. Thus far, I think they've played about 8 games in the season, and they're mid-table. So, excuse me. So far, so good. Anyways, as you see, here's the end of the season table. It actually went down to the final game to decide who won. I had a 3-point edge on Wolves going into the final game, so all I needed was a draw, and I scored a 90th minute winner in typical dramatic style of my playing, and Wolves just got a draw. So we won the league, so that was pretty good. It was pretty nip and tuck there with Bristol and Wolves throughout the whole season. As you can see, all three of us finished with over 100 points, which probably never happens in real life. We got knocked out of the Capital One Cup rather soon or early, so that was pretty anti-dramatic. But we did have one of the awesomest, miraculous runs in the FA Cup, which hopefully, there we go. As you see, we're over there in the bottom right. We won at Anfield against Liverpool 2-1. We scored first and then immediately gave up the tying goal like in the first half, and then we scored in the 89th minute to win 2-1. Then we played Southampton. We drew at Southampton 0-0. So in the replay, we played 120 minutes, and then on the last kick of the ball, I got a free kick and did a cross to the far post, which was headed in. So we won 1-0, and then we played Chelsea, and again 120 minutes of scoreless football or soccer. We went to penalties. I actually saved the first penalty, but then Peter Cech saved 2, and they beat us 4-3. It was pretty crappy. So, needless to say, in FIFA 13, there were certain ways you could kind of exploit the AI. In FIFA 14, I'm sure there are ways, but I have yet to find them. And I'm going to just say it, FIFA 14 is a bitch. It's really tricky. You can't, at least with the level of players I have, playing in League One, you can't really sprint with the ball. Trying to do my old school tiki-taka style of pass the ball around, it's really difficult. On top of that, scouting for players now is totally different. You don't get overall levels. You have to scout them, and even then you still don't get overall levels. You just get an idea of what they are. So I'll give you the squad report. Also, again, for Milton Keynes Dons fans, if you have any specific ties to players, abandon them when it comes to me, because I get rid of everybody that I can, and I like to bring in the youngsters and build them up. So you'll see a lot of guys that you're used to gone. I also did the financial takeover, which I guess maybe that's kind of cheap, but the hell with it, I don't care. So anyways, we got rid of, we traded a backup keeper, McLaughlin, to Celta Vigo for this Ruben Blanco, who's 18, who's got a really high ceiling. And then we also transferred out Martin, which kind of was stupid on my part because it left us with only one keeper for the second half of the season. So anyways, this kid played pretty much every game down the stretch. Hodson moved up 3 to a 66. I believe he's from, I think he's a Milton Keynes Don man throughout. So we signed this Baptiste. He's a 65 now. Excuse me, I took a drink of coffee. We signed Tom, and we got rid of Bowditch for him. He's up to a 63. He's got a really high ceiling. We also picked up Mbai in the January window. He's up to a 65, 19-year-old. We traded Dean Lewington for him. Gleason, who's a MK Dons man, we kept on to him. 25 is a bit older for what I normally go, but I wanted one veteran, and he's way too good right now at 68 overall to get rid of. Powell, he's up to a 65. Fagundes, we signed him in the summer window, but he's demanding to be traded. This one thing that's pissing me off about this game is that I don't play guys every single game because obviously stamina levels, and apparently they all demand then to be traded because of that, or transferred because of that. So it's kind of upset me. So we're gonna probably have to get rid of him, and he's our only left midder on the whole squad. So same with Gill, he's the only center attacking midfielder, and he wants to be out too. We had Carruthers, who was doing pretty good, but he was a loanee, so he wound up going back to his club. So at that point, we really only had one attacking midfielder. We signed this kid, I want to say his name's Marshall. He's up to a 65. He's only 18. He played pretty good down the stretch. We signed him in the January window. Villarreal we signed in the last transfer window from the Galaxy. He's up to a 68. He was probably, if not our best player, easily our best goal scorer throughout the season. Azog, people who might remember that name from FIFA 13, he's a free agent. I don't know if he's real or not, but he's a good signee to pick up to anyone that's trying out, maybe League One, League Two. He's a good player, but yeah, he's up to a 65. Patrick Bamford's up to a 64. Again, we played him a lot at the beginning, but then once we started picking up other strikers in the January window, his playing time decreased. We signed this guy from Preston. He's turned into a good player. He's got a lot of speed, as you can see there. Well, he's up to a 64. Potter, he's going anyways, because as it says, joining Blackburn Rovers when his contract expires, which is in like a couple days, so whatevs. This kid Julio we signed. He hasn't moved up, as you see there, which is kind of disappointing. He's got a pretty high ceiling now. This Garcia kid we picked up in the summer window. He played pretty good, but he's up to a 62. He's got a lot of speed, but not much else. I don't know what I'm going to do with him. I might try to get rid of him. This kid we signed in the January window. He's up to a 62. He's a young kid. Fusito is actually a player that we signed from our youth squad. He's got a potential of a 90, so that's pretty cool. We just signed him a few days ago, so we wanted a backup goalkeeper, so there we go. Same thing goes with this kid. He didn't get any playing time, but he's from our youth squad. He's only a 51, so I've sent him. I put him out for a loan. Chavez, he's expiring in a month. He was a free agent signing because we just needed another left mid. So he played in a few games. He kind of sucks though. So yeah. This is another free agent signing. We wanted a backup left back. He did pretty good, 63 overall, as you see. But yeah, I don't know. This kid we signed from Shrewsbury, he's only a 54. He went up one. He's decent, but 54. Bennett we signed also from Middlesbrough. He moved up 3 to a 56. Didn't get much playing time. Probably try to loan him out or something, or just sell him. Zimmerman's one we signed in the summer window. As you see, I tried to sign a lot of MLS guys, maybe a little biased there, but he moved up 5 to a 66, so that's pretty good. Ali moved up 4 to a 58. He doesn't really start off very good, but he's got a really high ceiling, so I kind of stuck with him and played a little bit. This kid we signed in the January window, Shrivers, moved up 2 to a 63. He's only 17. This kid we signed in the summer window from Dortmund, Eric Durm, he moved up 4 to a 66. Him and what's his name, Hodgson, have been going back and forth. It's a good 1-2 combo to have because they're both 66s and they're both pretty good. This kid Hunter I signed from Bristol, he moved up 5 to a 56. I think he has the highest potential, in terms of where he starts and where he can get to in the entire game. The problem is he starts as a 51. I think he can go up to like a 76. But yeah, you got to kind of stick with him. I played him a lot because of that. So as you see, he moved up 5, which is pretty good. And then eBay I signed from Liverpool. He moved up 3 to a 65. He played really good for us. We got him in the summer window. I signed a lot of guys, as you can tell. I needed like a lot of depth. Baldock, he moved up 4 to a 57. He barely ever played, so that's pretty good. But his contract runs out in like 3 days, so we're just going to let him go. And then Flanagan, he was, we played him a lot early, but then not so much late, and he's demanding a transfer, so. But he moved up 3 to a 63. Summerfield, we put him on a loan. He moved up 4 to a 49, but we'll probably try to just let him go. And that's the squad we got. A lot of guys we let go, and a lot of guys we picked up. We'll go over to the youth staff. We did sign one scout. As you see, he's available, so I'll try to send him out somewhere. But we basically used the money we did from the financial takeover to get a pretty good scout. And then our youth squad, our youth academy just has one player. But he's got a pretty good ceiling. He actually looks pretty good. But yeah, as you can see, he's got some pretty good numbers there, but starting wise, it's pretty crappy. I can never tell by the diagram what they're supposed to be. I mean, it looks like a right midfielder, but it says attacker, so who the hell knows? But yeah, I guess we can run through the team stats here, just kind of run that one by. As for goals, Villarreal, as you see, it's all been like strikers. So Marshall he came in and did pretty good considering he only played 10 games, scored 7 goals. Good mix there. As for assists, Kim Jin-soo with 6 and Potter with 6. So pretty good numbers there. Clean sheets, Louis Gill came in and had 20 of them. We, if you saw from the table, we scored a lot, but not nearly as many as like Wolves did. But we conceded so few goals. The defense is really good. It's the scoring goals that's the tricky part. And as usual, 0 yellow cards throughout the entire season. Well, look at that, 2 left backs with the highest average. it's always the right midfielders and left midfielders that have like the lowest averages for me. And that's probably going to be the case. Well, actually, Bennett. Poor Bennett. So, yeah, I mean, this video is about 15 minutes long. I think we can cut it off. So that's about it. I'll just show you the table one last time, and then we can cut it off. And I'll point out, as you can see, 19 goals. 19 goals is all we gave up throughout the whole season. And we scored 78, which is much less than Wolves scored, and Bristol. And Preston even almost scored as many as we did. But 19, that's pretty damn good. We finished even with Wolves on goal differential with 59, so that's pretty good. But anyways, yep, thanks for watching as always. I think probably if you see a next vid for FIFA 14 from me, it's probably going to be on the Xbox One, and it's probably not going to be a recap one. I want to actually show maybe a game so that people who don't have the one can see what it looks like, if it's any different. I'm sure the gameplay will be the same, but hopefully the graphics, it's going to look much nicer. I got my fingers crossed on that. I know the UK gets the game for free. I'm going to have to pay $60 for it. But with the price differential for you guys out in the UK who are watching this, it's probably going to make it out okay. But yeah, I'm also picking up Rise, and what else am I getting? Forza 5. But I don't know if I'll actually show gameplay of that. Who knows? I mean, I'm rambling. I apologize. I'm just going to stop now. Again, thanks for watching. I'll catch you all next time. Adios, peeps.